Mark in the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
Good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brick Something News. And today I'm joined once again by Blake ReconRage, fresh off the plane. Well, not quite that fresh, but fresh from Legions Con. What's going on, Blake?
Let's say the heart is filled. The positive vibes are back reloaded. You know how it is, Brick. So, no, it's good. It's definitely the reset I need every year, and it never disappoints.
That's wonderful. I love it. And so this was what number was this for you?
My third. Well, I did the online one, which I guess whatever, that counts. But so fourth, but third in person.
And then, so this time, were you also an intern as like an actual intern or as a guest or?
Yeah. So last year I won the raffle. I was the intern. This year I was Thomas Belay's +1.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. Funny story about that. We made a little agreement when we were at the West Coast meetup. In fact, we were outside Sonic, if you remember well, and we both agreed with each other. Hey, if you get intern, I'll be your +1. And then we shook on it. Kept his word. So
love it.
Appreciate you, Thomas.
Love it. That's awesome. So you got to do the whole thing. You got to be there again. You got a cool little bus that we'll take a look at. So you've got.
I didn't get the bus. Oh, because I was the +1. Only the intern gets the bus. So Thomas got it, but it was cool. It's very cool.
And so we'll hear all about that today. I'm excited because I wasn't there. So being able to actually hear from somebody who was there and actually wasn't working. I think a lot of folks, they get stuck in their booth like I was last year. So I went last year, was at the booth, and then came home and got to see all the cool stuff that I missed. So that's kind of what this is. I want to hear all about it. And then maybe if, depending on time, we'll kind of bounce and look at if any of the vendors have updates and stuff. But it seemed like a really, really cool show and a great G-Con. I got to, watch that online and just like, wow, this is just really cool, man. That company that group of folks, man, they just firing on all cylinders. It's always amazing to watch from the outside. So anyway, I'm glad you had fun. Cold this year, especially for us West Coasters, or not too bad?
I don't know. It was, we had a little bit of rain, which we haven't had the last couple of years, especially at that venue. So I would say it was a little bit cooler, a little bit wetter than normal, but still, to be honest with you, I didn't go outside, but maybe a couple times. I don't leave the, and I was thankful that I was able to get a room at that hotel, jumped on it right away once the room blocks go up. And you just don't leave. You don't want to leave. Yeah. There's just too much goodness and too many of your friends that you haven't seen all year in person, just hanging out, doing their thing.
So good. So good. Were there folks that you met for the first time that you hadn't been able to meet in real life? Lost you. The answer to that was, I don't know. We'll find out when he gets back. But while he's gone, I think that was, I recognize that look in his face. That's when you look in the top right and you realize that maybe power went out, or
a little flash of power there. That was weird. We're getting some good rain here in Oregon. So,
okay.
I'm like, what the heck just happened? Oh, okay. Flicker.
The whole thing went down, huh?
It just crashed. There's lots of new faces. One that sticks out big time that's been around that I got to meet in person was Twizzler 19. And what a great guy.
That's awesome.
And like Curtis will tell you, he said it. He's calling him out left and right. He ran out of Twizzlers, which you can't do that, man. Not when your name's Twizzler 19. But man, he made a valiant effort.
So that was his very first Legion's Con?
It was my first to meeting him that I
first time meeting him. Got it. I was going to say. Okay, gotcha.
was a lot of firsts. I mean, there was Meg's
Yeah.
and her husband, and all the way from Wales. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I sit here and announce.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have asked you that because then they get in the awkward position of forgetting people, and so
that's okay. No, we're one big family here, but
That's
I
awesome,
think there's just so many good people, just in general, and a lot of relationships that you've had online throughout the year that now you get to kind of like put a face to a name, some time and energy,
Yep.
And,
I got an earful from some folks who didn't quite get the memo that I wasn't going to be there, and so, oops. But hey, here we'll all reconnect. Speaking of the folks, let's say hello to the folks who are here with us today live, and apologies for running a little late. We went live right before this over on Adam Highly Articulated channel. Go check that out. We did another episode of Monkey Business. We gave away a new fig that arrived barely, that we talked about. Barely, they barely had new things at Legion's Con, but they did it, and we gave one away earlier today. So, and it looks like some of these folks are still here. Like this guy. Oops, come on, click. There it is. Oh man, here we go. What's up, Mr. Ryan Clark? Yes, it was literally a minute, and then he was sitting here waiting, but he actually won. So congratulations to Mr. Ryan Clark, who got a Necron Pale. What's going on, man? This guy is one of those folks that, man, he went for his very first time. So I'm really glad that he got to go, and I was bummed that I wasn't going to be able to meet him in real life. But congrats, man. I know he had a good time. His haul was, he saved up. He was ready, and I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff home. What's up, JMac 774 now? Huh? YouTube and those numbers. What's up, JMac 77? You'll always be 77 to me. I'm walking on sunshine. Well done. Spaded one. McDysentery. What's going on, man? Let's see. Yeah, this is a thing. I don't think you had this issue because you did a great job of snapping those selfies and taking us on the journey. And we'll take a look at some of that today, which is awesome. What's going on, Rick Jones? How are you, sir? Hope it was warmer where you are than it was over here. Kind of gray today. Chris Bouchard is here. Hello, hello. The Thanos Copter is here. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Josh Brown Toys. Josh Brown of Josh Brown Toys and Josh Brown Customs. And Josh Brown's other self is here. What's up, man? Yeah, it is. Look at that. A bunch of stuff. Let's see. This guy, what's going on? Ted, I am Julius Downey of Imaginary Action. Hello there. He was there. Neither of us were there physically, but we were both there in spirit. And Ted's stuff through Imaginary Action was also were at Josh Brown's table. Mm-hmm. So folks came by. I know a lot of people asked about that. But also, as we'll see today, he was at Intern for a Day. I don't know if you noticed, or I don't know if you got to see that, because I think Trevor might have shot up showed different shots. But all right. Genma, Sinapa, Mike, what's going on? High School Creations, go back, Wall XD, folks, Mythic XD. He was there as well. Nice. Spreading the news of the Wall XD. Here's your +1.
No,
zero.
He's my.
Your zero.
I'm his +1.
You're
I'm
zero.
His +1.
You're the +1 to his zero. No, what's up? Just kidding. He's number 1.
He's my dynamic duo partner.
DJ 5,000. What's up, man? Can't say DJ something without the echo. Oh, this guy. What's up, Travis? Good to see you. I am all over the tube today, and my brain is way back there. It's not quite caught up. Quip, what's going on, man? He's getting ready for his show too. We are everywhere. This guy the hard-hitting questions. Was there some exchange done? What's up, Adam? He wants to know what Thomas got in return for the +1.
Just our friendship. That's all I cared.
Yeah. Let's see. Charlie Squared is here. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Hey, look at this guy. Trevor, speaking of the devil, mentioned you. Thank you for being awesome. But also I got to see Ted's stuff in action. It's kind of cool to see you working with the different light up items. So what's up, man? Missed you too. Only full in the number, Blake. Days until 2026 Legion's Con. Do you know what it is? Do you get that number? I'm sure you can do the math, but
I think it's 347 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been watching it. Yeah. I do it all the time as soon as we get back.
Hey, congratulations to Larry's Geeky World. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. Appreciate you. And Eric Miller, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope your ears are probably burning. I was talking Disney with someone and told them all about your customs. All right, man. Talk to me about Legion's Con. Let me go ahead and bring some stuff up for folks who are. Oh, actually, I should do the housekeeping. So there is a banner that's going to be coming around there at the bottom because we're going to be looking at a bunch of stuff. Most of it for Blake's photos and stuff will be on his IG, but we'll be bouncing around, taking a look at different stuff. And then there is something else. What do I? Oh yeah, this thing. QR code. Down by Blake's left shoulder. So if you go there at the end of the show, you can go check out the links to everything. So there you go. It's mirrored, but I appreciate the effort. That was great.
Was it flipped? Is it flipped? Do you know how to be flipped? So I'm over here, so I got to go like this.
Yeah, it's odd. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I go to, where do I do that? Oh, something was funny. I will be bringing up something. Add to stage. There it is. Oh, I think it's when you bounced out. Something funny happened. Got it. Got it. Okay. So here we are. Let's start with intern for a day because you got to go. And I'm there's 1,000,001 reasons to go to Mythic Weekend. But man, I was lucky last year to my only Legion's Con. And for me also to sort of win the raffle and get to go and get the full experience, because man, this thing is a treat, and I hope that more companies find ways to work this kind of programming in where you basically get to go and be at the studio. And what's wild to me is that this is clearly like a busy time for them, but they're like, hey, what could we do on this very busy weekend of ours? Well, let's just open up the office and bring a bunch of people in, which is still mind-blowing to me. So why don't you kind of tell folks a little bit about the kinds of things that you end up seeing there, and then we can kind of pause on different photos and stuff.
Yeah, so kicked off at about 9:45 in the morning. I think it opened up a little early. I had caught a red eye out of Portland, so I got there right in the nick of time because all the flights kept getting pushed and I was getting worried. But we rolled in, and all the groups had been split up. We got split up into, I believe it was 5 different groups. Each group had a little faction, which was kind of fun. He had a little ID, just kind of like your con ID, but they made like laminated ones, which was really neat.
Oh, that's cool. That's new.
Yep. And that kind of kept you in your group. And I ended up in the Red Stars group, and that was with Curtis and a bunch of other wonderful human beings. So we went around from different. So we had a session, which was nice this year. I actually had the privilege to go 2 years in a row. So last year being the intern, this year being Thomas Blaze +1, I got the opportunity to see how it ran last year. And also this is the last year they're doing intern at their current home. They have a new home coming up next year. So this is the last time here at this location. And this year was nice because they actually took the sessions, and for last year, Trevor and Nate Barch and the painting, they got split up into 30-minute segments because of the amount of people, for one. And number two, they also got rid of the painting the bust at the end because a lot of people weren't painting it. So they were able to roll the time back into so we could have hour sessions. So it was really nice to get an hour with Nate Barch, an hour with Trevor Williams. Yep. Lots of time between Cameron and Sherry. There was no prop tour.
Sorry, on that note, so did you get to do a session with Cameron and then a session?
Yeah, so that last year I only got Cameron, so this year I got to see Sherry, and then I got to get some more of Cameron too.
Oh, that's awesome. That was one of the things that I was like, oh my God, I didn't get to because I was in Cameron's and he was amazing, but I didn't get to hang out and sort of hear Sherry talk about her work. Luckily, she helped me paint my bust last year. We got to hang out that way. But still, it wasn't like that. That's really cool. I love that idea. Okay, cool.
Yep. So we had the opportunity to do all that, longer sessions, more one-on-one time. Of course, phenomenal sessions with everybody. Eric Treadaway, and we also got a Jeremy Gerard tour, which is the first time ever done. And he knocked it out of the park. I mean, we started at the front door, looked through the showcases, worked on to the inside, went through some of the other history of Four Horsemen Studios, some of the work they used to done, some of the things they've done for other, IPs. And it was really nice to get that history lesson as you looked at things. And, Jeremy was spot on and did a wonderful job.
That's awesome. Yeah, these are just the photos that the studio posted up. I'll get to your photos here in a second.
Yeah, no problem.
But kind of cool. They kind of gave their overview and showed their shots. We got to see, all the different stations. So I think this probably represents all of the stations, right? So there's the Armory. Was the Armory? Did you get an hour to do that kind of thing? They made that one of your sessions?
No, the Armory. Well, you did, but yeah, you did get your full time because everything was an hour. So
okay, and then you had an hour with Cameron, or did they turn it into
half hour with Cameron, half hour with Sherry?
Got it. So half hour there, half. Did you get a full hour with Trevor? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Full hour with Trevor, full hour with Nate.
Yep.
And then half hour with Sherry. So this was part of the tour. And was that one session and he's the one who took everybody around?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he went around. Like I said, he did a great job explaining a lot of different things have changed from last year to this year, plus a lot of history.
Love it. Yeah, this wasn't there, obviously, last year. And so you were there last year. And so is this where the banner was? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's the banner. That's where the banner we all signed was.
Yeah, got it. And then, so then did you say that, sorry, I missed it. Did Jeremy also do the prop shop? Or did somebody else?
There was no prop tour. There's no warehouse tour this year.
That's what you're saying. Got it.
No, that's where they shaved a little time off of too.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And then here's the, instant sculpt kind of session. What am I looking at here? That's like a kind of rabbit maybe. And I don't know if
with the beard, and it ended up getting a fro on it too.
That's awesome. Was this your set? Oh, that was your session because Curtis.
Yeah, I'm sitting to the left. You can't see me in that picture. You probably see my bald head there barely, but.
And then this is the big photo. Where was this? The photo taken? I don't remember seeing that last year.
So we didn't go in this room last year, technically.
Okay.
This was, you remember how when you come into the lobby, into the entrance, and you make a left and you go all the way down, that's where the snacks were?
Yep.
On the right-hand side, there's this big room that we didn't go into last year. This is where they held that. And this is also where we had our delicious New Jersey pizza and the busts were presented to the interns. Nice.
Very cool. That's so do you know how many people is that? That's a good group of folks. I never even found out last year.
I don't know. I don't think I ever got the total number either.
Okay. Very cool. And so let's see. I'm gonna bring up your stuff here in a second.
I think when you're in that, you know this. When you're in it, you're not counting people. Your head's swirling, totally. And you're just in la awe land as a big kid in a toy shop.
Yeah, like right when you walk in. So this is the first thing you see as you walk in the door, and you're like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And everything just kind of, whoa. Yeah. So he actually got a chance to talk you through some of the stuff which he didn't get to do last year. So that must have been amazing to just hear a lot more.
Yeah, because you remember,
tidbits? Sorry.
I really liked on the top shelf, and it's hard to see, and I was looking for that picture I had, but there's some 2-ups of this line that was never made. Yeah, if you come down of like these, it's all female cats and characters. It's on that very top shelf. It's hard to see them. Yeah, I would really like to see all those characters come alive. Those would be really neat to bring back. I don't know if they were like an IP sensitive that they can't do that or whatever, but I do find them very neat looking. Really cool.
I remember seeing those and like, what are those? But yeah.
Right.
So this was that, and then so I put some of the space first. So that's it. Did you walk into people's offices this year as part of Jeremy's tour? Did you, or did you?
No, we not in the tour, but we all kind of went in and saw George. Said hi to George in his office, and there's various different spots that we went and said hi. Had a really good conversation with Cornboy. It was really neat in his office. So that was neat to sit down and Cornboy to explain why he likes big figures and all that cool stuff. So that was fun.
Yeah, this stuff is amazing. It's like it's one thing to walk in that lobby and sort of see all the Horsemen stuff. And then you're like, oh yeah, these guys love toys. So it's like a bunch of other cool toys in the office as well.
Oh, yeah. Standout point for me was, and we'll get to this, I know, was going in and finally having a really brief time one-on-one because Diego's so busy. Mm-hmm. But to go in Diego's office and we talked about his JOYTOY Warhammer. He's a large collection, so that was fun.
I love that. Man, yeah, this office, I didn't actually walk into this office last time.
Yep,
I
that's
just kind of admire from the outside, but yeah.
If you zoom in the back right corner, there is his. Whew. Yeah, you can see them all on the right there.
Man,
literally. Between his Glyos and of course Legions and everything. I mean, he's got quite the collection himself. You know what I was thinking about when I was walking through the tour, knowing that this is her last year here, or that they're moving soon, is I just went, have fun moving.
Oh, totally. Oh, don't. That's one of my biggest nightmares.
That's one of my biggest things with my collection is if I ever move from where I'm at, it's like, oh my God, that's going to be a major undertaking.
Yeah, anyways, congratulations on the new space, I think is what you meant to say.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. So you got to see Trevor do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I ganged up some of the photos just so we could take a look, but that was the in the same room as last year.
Yeah, he had the same spot as last year. That's correct.
So he had this cool, brought his little dio, set it up. I love that I said little dio. Sorry, these amazing works of art.
Actually, very large dials, and they're very nice.
Yeah, full on light setup, and then took you through. Did he do 2 setups? Is that what ended up happening, or
he did a little bit of? He had 1 setup, but he did a lot of work within that setup, showing the different aspects of fog and different layering with the software and different angles with his camera and bounce cards and different tools that you could use. Yeah, no, it's very, very informative class, especially for someone like me that really gets into toy photography.
Before we get too far from it, so I think we might have triggered some people. That's why he's going to die where he's at, because he doesn't want to move his stuff. Nice, Thanos. What's up, Alan? Action figures are lighter than books, man. Thank you for hanging out today and for becoming a new member. Really appreciate you. That is a thing. And yes, oops, I was trying to highlight this. Trevor is killer, man, master of his craft. Love it. Let's see. And there's a question for Trevor if he's still here. But Mr. Ryan Clark would love to know if you actually ended up posting any of the pics from that day. I thought about that for last year too. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever happened to those pics? Can you imagine like being able access to his hard drive and seeing all the amazing things that we don't get to see either in the calendar or shown somewhere or published somewhere? Man, well,
it's funny. He was going through he opened up he was showing us on his computer how he did layering and stuff. And he had all these, just files of pictures he's taken. And 2 things went through my head. 1, wow. Yeah. And number 2, I wonder if we're going to see something we're not supposed to see.
Right. You're like, eyes open.
Everybody's always looking. They're like,
Yeah. You're like, just a little click up. Yeah. Rick Jones was like me here, stuck in the Bay Area while you all were having fun in Jersey. He said, I wasn't jealous of Legion's Con until they revealed Koi and Thoth. I forget the name, how it's pronounced. Thoth.
I think it's Thoth.
Thoth. Big jealous. Yeah, those are awesome. And it's so cool that folks got to get them early, way earlier than the rest of us, which is awesome. Shout out to Joe for hooking up the Koi. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Of course, man, this is one of those, man. I'm so bummed that I was not able to go and hang out. I know we were, next year though, buddy. Yes. And of course, online when you do the Kickstarter for the Tide Realm, we'll hang out. We'll talk. We'll let folks know. What's up, E? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. As always. And then Eric Miller is saying, my daughter asked if I could take anything home from the studio. What would it be? And I told her without hesitation, one of the Seventh Kingdom Minotaur 2-ups. Those things are cool. They look so good, huge, and you kind of look at all the details and everything, man. Love it. Here you go. Zooms and primes, but mainly an amazing variable lens. Oh, sorry. that was in response to, I guess, this guy asking
Yep.
zooms or primes. Fight. Got it, you photo nerds. And so nothing has been published yet. He said, not yet, Ryan, not yet. And file organization is an art unto itself. And if it wasn't for, anyways, just, I'm not versed in that art. Are you, Trevor? So curious. Okay. This stuff, back to this. What I love about this is that Trevor obviously has great photos to take. Great figures to take photos of, but there's so much talent in the Legions community. I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at the Dio. I'm looking at the lights that are in it. I'm looking at that boat. Man, there's just a ton of really cool things that are sourced from the community that loves this stuff. Fantastic. What was your takeaway from this session? What wisdom did Trevor drop on you?
I was really happy with the session last year. This one just really went more into detail for me around perspectives, depth. So he had a different dial than the one you're seeing here, and a different scene he was shooting. And there were three Mythic Legions in the scene, and there was it was just similar, but there was more depth in the dial, and there was the darkness between light and the depth, the composition of actually putting the shot together and understanding how those three individual characters and the lighting had to kind of flow with everyone that was in it. So yeah, that was good. That was a very nice, lot to learn. Everything,
like just sort of sitting there, and like so much clicks when you actually get to see it there. Like a person can tell you, and then you see him do it, and you're like, oh, amazing. Love this. And I'm glad he got more time, because he was moving fast last year.
Yeah, there's the picture on the right. That's the one on the right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, two figures. And those are both, looks like the figure builds from the actual armory.
Love it. So this was Cloud's shot. So to be clear, this is Trevor's setup, and Cloud kind of took photos after. But Cloud, she shared this with me because of and so I was like, oh my God, those are Ted's torches. So I wanted to share those along with the awesome Carver ones, but these are the Imaginary Action torch right here. You can kind of see the skull, and then the braziers, these guys here. And I was actually surprised. It was really cool to kind of see someone like Trevor, who knows, like clearly knows what they're doing, shooting these things, setting these things up, and then seeing somebody just sort of snap the photo with Cloud and sort of seeing how that lighting works. It's kind of neat, man. All the purple mood lighting that's sort of that he had set up with those little pops from the torches, the Carver torches and the Imaginary Action torches. So good. So good.
Yeah, and then later on he uses his fog machine, the portable hammer, threw a little physics into the picture, which is really where you want to be, and just starts making it more of a more of a believable scene where it sparks emotion or creates paints the story a little better.
I love that. Love it. And shout out to Trevor too. I think here, let me bring this up. So the torches and if you've been watching the show, you're familiar with them, but Trevor was one of the first people I know to like get on and get some of the stuff in hand from Ted, Imaginary Action. But Trevor saw this and he had an idea. He said, check out that flame. And so he obviously was able to use it here, but thoughtfully, because of the way he like pays attention to detail. He's smart. He's like, like that's cool. That flame is cool. But then he's like, but what if like you had one where the flame is sort of like, if I'm carrying it and moving, the wind was sort of pushing it. And so that sent Ted back to the drawing board and the computer and printed these out. And he actually, for anybody that had actually ordered this, he just went ahead and sent it to them afterwards free, and was just like, here, Trevor gave me this idea. I made it. And so now when you buy this torch, they're all included. Both versions are in there. And then anybody who had already bought one, he just sent. I was like, oh, that's rad. So collaboration, making cool stuff for folks to work in and generate stuff like that. Love it.
Yeah, some cool stuff by your brother.
Do you take photos as well?
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Look at the bashfulness. I love it. Every now and then. I love it.
I've been doing it for a while. It's just different,
That's awesome.
But I've really been trying to step up my game over the last year or so.
Oops, and I think that was it for that. And then let me go ahead and bring up. Let's see. Let's take a look at some other stuff. But let's go to the actual con. A lot of your pictures then pick up with. So this was Thursday. Then I think your pictures start to pick up. Sort of selfies were probably like Friday, but you didn't take a whole lot of like G-Con shots, probably because is that right?
I didn't take a lot because I literally had I had Bill right to my right.
Right. And so he's standing up and getting up close. That makes sense. Yep.
Right. I had Cosmic Jeff to my left.
Nice.
He was right. And then I had Cloud next to me on my left, and she was snapping away. So, it's kind of a point. I figured that was all going to be covered.
Yeah. Fair enough. And so you were up pretty close because you were at Intern. How far were you away from the
I don't want to say it, but I love that old commercial. Oh, is that me? I'm down in the front row. Yeah, I got the front row. Front row left. Because last year I was front row right, and I was sitting next to Matt Stein, and I figured it out. If I get a chance to come back, I want to be front row left because that's where all the figures come out and then get put in front of you on the table.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And let's do real quick. Like, I know they've been talked about quite a bit, but this whole wave, can you tell me what the room felt like during the announcement of this newest wave, the Dawns of Discovery? Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
What was that like? Because you were there last year. Of course, that was epic. So what was your check on the vibe this year at G-Con?
So I think last year was epic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it finished off with Baethir.
Yep.
I think the wave was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I'm super excited about that wave. But this year, it was a steady, epic energy every single piece that came out because they were so different. And I think this wave really stepped into a different direction compared to the typical Mythic Legion type situation. You're introducing a whole new area of the map, different, so you've got a lot. Besides two figures that are basically getting a version 2, aspect of them, you're dealing with totally new characters with total different lores and backgrounds and, what they do in this world and what their, faction is. And it's just amazing. And it would be hard to say which one pulled the most amount of energy. I think Bulwark, the crab guy, pulled a very large,
definitely. In that room, you felt that in that room.
Yeah, just he's very large and in charge. When he, and Joe Vassapolo brought him out too. It's just there's no mistaking this thing. He's troll sized basically. So
that's the thing for those of us that were watching at home. I knew, I was like, oh man, if you're there, you get a real sense of it's a completely different experience because you see him come out with this giant thing and you were right up there. So these are all Bill Dorklair's shots, who was right there with you, taking these amazing shots and getting in there pretty close as Joe brings it out and puts it on the table. Troll size, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, he's a good one. He's very large. Very large.
He's looking really good. Okay. So you think that got a lot of the attention, but story-wise, it was probably like a bunch of young, little kids just listening there as waiting to hear what Jeremy's going to say. And because even from the live stream, it was kind of like, oh, we're looking at these things and freaking out how they look. And then the second you get to that shot, that slide that has the text, everybody quiet.
Right.
Listening.
Well, I think what was done very, very well by Jeremy in the studio, once again, just like the Isomel wave, and I know I made comments about this wave when it was done online, was the story. Yeah. The story as it was told, the lore, I think that's getting a lot more fluid in the way the presentations are coming out, which capture you and keep you on track of what this character is, how they fit into the storyline or their part within the group. And I think it allows everybody that's there or watching or soon will own it to follow where the mindset of what Four Horsemen wanted.
Yeah.
So I think it was done very well.
Love it. All right. So that was awesome for sure. And these figures are amazing. We have till December 28th, I think, to pre-order. Is that right? To figure out the $450 to get the all in. Because why wouldn't you? Unless, of course, that's a big number. I know. But man, to me at least, it's like
there's no
choose. Yeah, can't pick and choose among
one.
these guys.
So like
if anything, it's a matter of like, what am I going to get double and stuff almost? You're like, okay.
Yeah.
You were saying?
Odeven, the walrus, go ahead and click on him.
Yeah.
He got quite the response also. Especially by Big Dub. He loves that. He loves that guy. And I think the story, I wasn't in his group, but if I'm not incorrect here, when he was doing his sculpting session with Eric Treadaway, they did a walrus or something of that. So that's why it was kind of like, I was like, I called it. He was so excited. He was doing the
I heard about that. And that's kind of happened last year too. Somebody had brought up a snake, I think, last year, and then we got the ninny in.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Eric Treadaway says it's really odd and I think Jeremy made a comment. It's like, I walk into the sculpting session and I see, and I'm like, Eric, what are you doing? So it's kind of funny how people in the community are that in tune that they're calling with characters or things they'd like to see, and they end up coming to fruition sooner than we think.
Yep. Yeah, this guy looks amazing. I love the little sort of plank details. It's almost like a bridge or whatever got taken off or something.
Yeah, the armor for this type setting is spot on. Their weapons, all the different fish that you get. I mean, it's just so much thought put into this this wave. I mean, it's not like they don't put thought into everyone, but you can just see that there is more and more. And this version 2 or whatever you want. I mean, fire. Absolute fire on this character.
Yeah, these photos are great because again on the live stream we see so much, but Bill and all the other folks were able to get up close at that table. Really,
and his helmet actually has battle damage on the left side, which is the first time we see that in the Vicurian helmet. So it's like, I mean, I look at that, especially being a former Marine of 8 years and seeing some combat, and I've had some moments. And then you look at his face sculpt, it totally tells a story that that's a battle hard. He's got some wear and tear, like he's seen some stuff, and the scars on his face that matches up with the split in his helmet. I mean, attention to detail is spot on here.
That's so good. That's great. And we got new species. That's what I love about where we're at right now with Legions is that now, they've got the old bucks, they've got all the old parts, and it sort of begs the question, okay, well, what next? And they're like, great, here, this is what's next. And it's always really just really creative stuff. Even this body I know is largely sort of building off of what we got to see last year, but in this context and with the additional parts of these like little fins and stuff, it's a whole other thing. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah, no, there's not a loser figure in this release, so it's really hard to say. If somebody has said, well, pick. And I know the conversation's gone around a million times. We did it on Offworld, we've done it on other ones, but pick your favorite. I like big chunky figures, so Bulwark was mine. But the close second, we got to bring Zinjar up. That would be go to Zinjar. So he is right there. Little winged fella right there.
So good.
There he is. I mean, and those wings. I mean, it's kind of funny to me. He fits very much in the world that he's being rolled out, but I also see him kind of being a nemesis or a duo to Monkey King.
Oh, sure.
That armor screams that type of,
yeah, it's great.
Lore.
Sure. Of the East. Sure. The wings look fantastic. And the thing is, again, in terms of scale, on the other end of things, you got to see Bulwark. I I had to keep telling myself this is smaller than what I'm used to seeing. So I don't actually know. I don't tangibly know in my brain how small this is, because this is imp scale. So he's a little smaller than the smallest Legions figures that I'm used to sort of handling. So
I sent you a picture. I don't know if you put it in your deck, but it's me I'm holding the mayor in the palm of my hand is what I title that picture. I have Curtis in the palm of my hand. And it should be the mayor himself, Burris.
I saw the bear. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
And it would show you the size. So of the imp scale.
Yeah. Again, your hands are different from mine. I'm just saying, like,
mine are big,
right. So it's like one of these things where it's like, we get so familiar with a line, and I know what they feel like. I know what I can picture my gnome. I can picture a troll. I can picture an ogre scale. But that's what's sort of fun of these. I kept reminding myself, like, oh, these are brand new things. And so that character, Zinjar, is like such a cool little imp, right? Like devilish looking imp that I'm just like, wow, what a cute in the size, but also like vicious and like watch your back. And sounds like, based on the description, he might rip me off or sell me something I don't want to buy. Like he seems like a really cool character, and he's
a menacing little conniving thief, and you can just see it.
Yeah, love it. Really cool, and all the accessories and stuff, that all looks great. I wish I was able to be there to sort of see, but all of them are absolutely great. Folks, they're up for pre-order now over on Four Horsemen. But even the way this one is painted, she looks fantastic.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
The expression on her face is excellent.
And there will be a flesh neck confirmed. So you'll have the flesh neck also for the head sculpt, as well as the armored color.
Love it, man. So up on Four Horsemen, here's the all-in. Save yourself a good amount of money actually going all in, and
$180, I believe, is the difference.
$80. And then these, again, do ship out first. If folks aren't familiar, if you do the all-in, they do ship out first. If you are going to get an all-in, consider separating. If you're going to get an all-in and extras, and you're really in a hurry, you might want to do those as two separate orders. Get the all-in as one order, then do a different one. But so I know it's a silly question to ask, but I'll ask it anyways. What's your order for this one?
Well, an all-in, an all-in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've
doubles. What do you think?
I go back and forth. So sometimes I do an all-in and just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get them in hand and I start looking at other options, finances, stuff like that, then I go in and grab some of the other ones I either want to have a custom idea for, or, for example, there are two characters here that actually have alternate looks that are drastic. So at that point, I would do that. So just depends.
So that's Ibn, I'm assuming. Well, it could be a couple of different ones. But Ibn, really, once you take off those soft goods, it's it could be a complete.
Ibn is the one that has, out of the new figures, the two version 2s basically.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Delphina and Vitus. Yeah, those two. Obviously, she has the chainmail head sculpt, and then she has the actual helmet, which is amazing.
Yep. Look at that the thing on its head. Is that called a Vitus?
Yeah. And then the Vitus says, obviously, you can do them unhelmeted, which is very swashbuckling, and you can do the different feet on him. So you can have the sandaled feet versus the armored feet. It's almost like Troy, the movie Troy. You can kind of do a little.
That's what we were saying while we were watching it. It's all the Brad Pitt comments, but
Or you can do the full armored up. So you could have two there. And then, of course, Ibn would be the one if you pull him up. His character, that one's a definite, probably two more. Why? Because I'd like to have two of the alternate, like one on each of his side. Or, just to have two of those type figures. So.
Oh, you know what? I'm not in the right place. But yes, he's got the full-on gorgeous undergarments under the soft goods. Completely different colorway. Fantastic. If I can swing it, the plan is to do at least an all-in. I don't know about anything beyond that. I probably shouldn't do anything more than that.
And Trevor
Allen's
commented
funny.
also a hinged neck with Delphina. He says there's also hinged neck. I forgot that
flesh
part.
neck.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that was a neck, I believe, if I'm staying correct, Trevor. That was an ass that Trevor actually made happen himself. That was his suggestion.
Well done, sir. Between that and flames, look at you. Flesh neck was apparently Alan's dancing name in college. Love that. That statue was amazing. I think you do have a shot in here of the statue. We'll get to that too. But man, that was really cool. But what I didn't see is you next to it. Because
no, I didn't do any selfies. I did some selfies with selfie with Sideshow guys. I think I sent that picture, but I took a few just standalones because I wanted to capture the actual like full statue in its full form. Obviously, the one that's painted, a close up of Erethyr, and then the other three, Alithiopauxis and Necronominus. Yeah,
here he is, so good. He looks really great. Just such a, like, and so mischievous looking. Is this? I didn't even double check to compare this to the actual thing. Is the grin expression on his face 100% like 1-to-1 what's in the figure, or did they kind of do a little bit more?
No, I believe so, because I think he comes with. If you go back and look at the figure, I think he has an alternate head sculpt. 3 of them. Okay. He has 3 head sculpts total. Yeah. So he has.
I see.
Yeah, scowling. Right there. There's the one. So that would be the statue one, and then the one to the right, which is more the Malfor.
Yeah.
Repaint in his deco, which they all 3 look wonderful. I mean, I could see as soon as I saw this customizing. I mean, the figure's phenomenal. I could see like a pack of these, like flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz, but like that type of mentality. I could see a flock of these, even though, or a whatever you would call it. I don't know what you'd call it. A murder. A murder of crows.
A murder of flying monkeys? Yeah, maybe.
Zinjars. Murder of Zinjars.
He looks so good. The armor looks great. Like all that detail in there. It's just super. Just pretty.
And these pictures just don't do it justice when you sit there, you're standing next to it in person. It's just kind of surreal. Somebody online, I don't know who it was. It was somebody from, I can't remember off the top of my head. He actually used an app and gave Zinjar some mobility and actually have him flying, or he jumps off the he flies around, he grabs sort of AI the person things, and flies through the roof. But I mean, it's really cool to see him in motion.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Where else are we? I got that. I got a little distracted here, but this looks cool. And then you have a nice little shot up front. I want to show that too. Because man, the detail in these things, of course, when you can get to scale, look at that. Just look at that forehead
the texture.
Area. Damn. Yeah. We need a Biore, this guy, but yes, absolutely. He looks so good. Right?
Biore. I don't know.
With duct tape. Would you get duct tape in there and just
take his oil pit pours out?
Oh man, he looks good. He looks really good. Speaking of photos, I got distracted because someone sent me an awesome photo. So to go back to this for a little bit, yeah, I'm sure. I was wondering about that, like showing sort of like Cloud's shot of Trevor's setup. So Trevor went ahead and sent me his actual photo. He's like,
right.
And if you why don't you show the real thing? No, I'm sure he just wanted me to see it, but hey, let's take a look. So this is his final, or I'm assuming he chose to send this one. This is the shot that he chose to share. You can kind of see that depth that you were talking about.
Yeah, and the depth really shows if you look behind the I call it the frost orc. If you look behind there, you can see the cutout where he's coming out, the entrance.
Yeah.
In obviously in a real situation where there was not a lighting and everything wasn't put there until he, moved things around, it was very cut and dry. You could see the lines. You could see, okay, that's black back there. By the different applications of moving things around and the smoke and the fog machine itself and things like that, it creates that illusion. He's coming out of this kind of ominous entryway.
Yeah.
Ready to maybe sneak up on him.
And the fact that he's blurred out to that extent, and it just makes it that much more
Right.
Mysterious, right? And I love it. That's really good. And also, man, look at this. I'm assuming these are carvers, but just look at the detail that he works to these columns.
Little moss in there.
I have 2 carver things here that I was just playing with last night that I was just sitting here admiring, like the detail that he puts into these things. Come here, buddy.
Keeper of the light.
Yeah, and so this is an older one. I don't know how old. This is really old, but just like his paint work and the moss. So gorgeous stuff. And then of course there's that's Ted's Imaginary Actions skull,
which is very cool.
Torch, yeah, straight up. He was not moving at all. There was not a bit of wind in this.
Perfectly
place.
Still, no breeze.
And then those are those. But yes, they're really cool. Adam says, yeah, those lanterns and braziers or braziers, looking good. Braziers. Sorry, yes, that. They were sitting on Josh's thing, and thank you again, Josh. He had to disappoint a lot of people at the table saying the torches weren't for sale. They're like, why are you showing me this crap then? They look really good. Thanks for sending the photo. Trevor, appreciate that, man. And let's see. The imp and the crab monster are amazing. Alan is a big monster guy. Have you met Alan on the Clubhouse at all ever? I'm not sure if you have. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he's a lover of creatures, and so he absolutely loves what Four Horsemen put into this. Larry's thinking this may be the first wave that he does all in. Good for him. He just loves Mobu, Masters of the Universe. No, the Manta Ray Man. This guy is in for the whole wave, and then 3 Ibns. Yeah, I know he's gonna get a couple. Thanks 4H, calling them dope dealers. Hope dealers is what they are. Alan needs a bulwark in his life. This thing, that's what I kept thinking, man. I felt like, oh man, the Four Horsemen are like channeling their days doing that awesome clawful that they gave us back in the day for 2000X. Charlie Squared saying these all looked amazing in person, especially in the dio that they had. Dude, that dio, I'm also incredibly jealous that I didn't get to see that. Did you get to spy that in the studio at Intern at all before they brought it over?
Oh, no. All that stuff's hidden.
Okay. Well, the only reason I asked
that's before G-Con, so they don't. Yeah, they're not letting any of that out.
Oh, I guess because it was like the way. But remember last year we actually got to see the sort of temple that the Ninian was in before Friday. It was just sort of back there along with.
Yeah. You're correct. Yeah, it was in that main warehouse crossing the boxes. Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if if it just sort of happened to be there.
Yeah, no, there was no warehouse access. I mean, we didn't go anywhere near except the Intern. The armory was in a section of it that was kind of corded off, but that was it. It was very small area open.
Regarding Odabin, yes, cuckoo choo. JMax774 said, I feel like Walrus Man's wife made his pauldrons for him before he went off to sea. Probably. He's like, here. Yeah, no, that's cute. I love that. Eric Miller saying Big Dub's intuition was a little too close for comfort. Yeah, that's got to be fun. Make people sweat. Let's see. So you're not the only one. Charlie Squared wants a little army of those imps.
Oh, absolutely. They're just so cool.
Same beats.
You know, those imps, like army building those imps is like army building goblins to me. I mean, they just have that same gravitation to wanting to have multiples, or my skeletons. I love my skellies.
And they stacked him and the other from Einsamal, all the imp figures were like what Thanos is saying. He comes with great accessories. Like they do a real good job of like challenging any weird mental block you have in your head of like, oh, but he's only this big. It's like still that's an expensive figure to make. But then they pack in all these awesome accessories.
Yeah, treasure chest with treasure and a gold bar and all kinds of neat things. I mean, definitely dio building, especially if you're for yourself or if you're into toy photography. It's just that much more to really enrich your scene that you're taking a picture of or add something to.
Yep.
So
here's this Jen Siak. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Sorry if I'm not.
That's AKA Lucky Sprinkles. That's Jen Siak. Yep.
Lucky Sprinkles. That statue is so cool. I'm glad they had it there to see. Did they bring all of the past statues there as well? Oh,
Yep, they were all there.
That alone.
I mean, it's starting to turn into like a Disneyland type event. You like walk in there, it's just like you're transformed into like this just imaginary, wonderful place of,
theming, baby.
Right?
Yeah, magic of theming. Got it. It's a work in progress, that photo. T-Belay is into it. Fun session. Oh, yeah. Allison Troy, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, Nolan is here as well.
Nice.
And then, okay, I almost had it there. All right. Cool. Let's, what else? What else should we take a look at that you got to see? Is there anything else? You know what? I want to like do a quick shout out if you can. I'll bring the photos up, but the best thing, and we've heard everybody say this about Legions Con, is the ability to kind of go and meet a bunch of people, right? That you know of, you've heard of, or you've interacted with online. I want to start with like what I really love about the opportunity at Intern and really the whole weekend, if they're not busy, is that you get to meet the folks who like bring these toys to us. And it's like every aspect, the artists, the designers, the folks working the warehouse. So why don't we I just want to take a quick look, and I don't know if you want to do quick shout outs and name folks, that would be helpful.
Well, yeah, that's obviously Diego, head of shipping for Four Horsemen, an amazing human being, has lots of different collectibles that he's into, lines from Glyos to Warhammer, of course, to Four Horsemen.
Yeah, of course. And then in the paint department,
Cameron, one of the great things about Cameron, besides his absolutely amazing painting skills, is that he's part of the role-play game, and this is his thing. This is his baby, and he's doing an amazing job with it. The team from throughout the Legions community that's helping him roll this out. I think this is going to be another epic progress forward for Four Horsemen towards getting the gamer side.
100%.
Of the fantasy realm world, from Dungeons and Dragons and even stuff like Warhammer. These people are going to come over because not only do you have a legit tabletop gaming, you have this opportunity to actually use your action figures on a bigger scale. Yes. Look at that.
100%. I love the game aspect. I think it is, game changer. But I've always thought that, like, when I walk into like these gaming stores and I'm just like, I know for a fact that these folks love this world, love fantasy in general, that if they just got a glimpse of anything that the Four Horsemen put out, they'd be like sold. And I've always thought, it's like, hey, just like, do you know about this stuff? And so I think this is just going to make it that much more likely that that it's all going to be accessible to them, and they'll hear about it. Before I move on, shout out to Cameron, because he's also like he's a teacher, a history professor as well, man. He was awesome to talk to. Who's this guy? He wasn't in costume this year?
Yeah, he was. He was a pirate.
Is that what Chris. That is? Okay, never mind.
Yep, Chris Garwich.
Last year he was Pharaoh head to toe. So
the head honcho of D13 Toys, and he's just a great guy. His personality is just fun. I know he likes to get to annoy some people, but hey, I think he's wonderful. I think he's fun. And
understatement is
there's one person you can hear laugh a mile away, and I guarantee you'll know it's Chris.
Yep.
So no doubt.
And then of course Sherry.
Sherry is special, very special in many ways. Not only is a fabulous artist who's been there a long time and obviously started with the McFarlane toy line, but she's also a huge advocate, and she's one of the driving forces behind last year's veterans picture and honoring. And so shout out to Sherry for, all the love that she's shown towards the veterans and keeping us in mind. And shout out to all the Four Horsemen for making a special moment for all the veterans out there during the con, because Veterans Day or the Marine Corps birthday usually happens right at that time.
It's awesome. Absolutely. She is so fantastic. And then this guy looking like he's having fun. He looks like he's having fun.
Oh, and he had a lot of sausage later on. And I'm telling you, Gaspar sausage was awesome at the Purple Gang Live. And of course, George got an amazing, I think I sent you a picture. He got his official outfit, which is just amazing. And George loved it. His scepter of sausage and his full crown and everything. I mean, there's just so much fun to talk about. It'll be hard to wrap this up in 90 minutes, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. But for folks, if you're unaware, we're talking actual sausage. And yes, purveyor of fine cylindrical meats. Over on the fan end of things, right? I love it. I love that Cloud, Curtis, who am I missing? Walter.
Cloud,
anybody that got their names on the box this year? Which
Cloud,
is kind
Curtis,
of rad.
Walter. What else? Am I missing somebody? I'll feel really bad if I am.
I know. I feel that pain too, but that's okay. There's that Dio I was talking about, but it's awesome. You guys got to hang out. Was she in your group? Was she hanging out this year?
Yeah, she was with
different groups.
I was with Cloud and in that group.
Right on.
Yeah, it's all the admin basically. The Cabal admin got the ad this year on the packaging and the shout out.
Love it. And then I don't know who this is. Is somebody that was in your group?
That's Kirby.
Oh, okay. I don't know that I've ever seen Kirby.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's the one that actually, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not wrong, but he's the one that did the figure where you did the armory event. And you could actually put your figures together. He's the one that built that, or is part of that. Figurator. The figurator.
Configurator.
Super nice guy. Actually gave me a tribute figure from Emerald City Comic Con. It was like a mini that he brought for me. It's one of the big shows in Seattle that both me and him are wearing. Yeah, there it is. And it's got the Seattle ECC logo on it. I mean, that was really cool. He thought of me and brought it to me. So once again,
that's
Kirby,
awesome. I got to go there once many moons ago. It was super fun. I know there's a ton of other selfies that you sent over, but but I wanted to show the studio ones and the Timer Intern. Definitely go check out Blake's IG. He's got a reel in there and a couple videos where it shows everybody. But that's the joy, right? It's getting to hang out with folks on top of getting to see all the toys. So
absolutely
love that. If only we could do more of that here on the West Coast, but we can hold that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Here, what about these guys? I don't recognize these guys. Can you tell me who these guys are?
I think this is their first show.
Okay. First timers?
Yeah. The guy on the left wanted to take a picture with me because we had the same haircut. That's what I was from the understanding. Okay. And the guy on the right, he just thought I had a great smile. No, nice. Obviously that's obviously Eric and Cornboy themselves. What an honor to be able to just take a picture with those two awesome human beings that make themselves available to everybody whenever. It's just amazing.
Awesome. And of course, very busy person this whole weekend, Jeremy Gerard. Look at this. He looks a little tired. No, I'm sure he was all adrenalined up. Very cool,
no, he was being Jeremy, and he was rocking it out and keeping things moving along. He did, he does what Jeremy does. That brings the energy, brings the organization, and keeps the con flowing. Obviously, him and Joe Viteri running the Legion's Con aspect for Four Horsemen.
Crom 316, what's going on, man? And he so hated the world that I wonder what Crom 316 would be, but Eric Miller made the packaging this year too.
Yes, that's right. Eric Miller did too.
Love it, man.
I think David Williams did, didn't he?
Yes.
Can
I just
any
say
of the
how
new
much
artists
I
that were
love
brought
this?
on, I think, got on there too. Of course. I mean, rightfully so.
Yes, absolutely. But I love this, Eric. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. So nice. I love the Dragoseers, and that was the last one I needed completed with the tail.
Beautiful stuff. Hey, this guy is here. This guy's driving apparently, or he would chat more. So drive carefully so that you guys can have a show later, right?
We got a show here coming up. 7 p.m. on the West, 10 p.m. on the East.
So you be careful there, Wraith. Why don't you guys tell people about the show, right? Just since we threw that in there, what do you guys do? Because this guy is not just into Mythic Legions; he's into many a toy. What are you all doing together?
Yeah, so we are doing. We've been partnered now. It's me and Wraith started it off. Now we've brought on Carlos from Badass Reviews, and then we will have special. We've already had Emil Wickman on, both on the live. From Legion's Con and a prior episode, and we'll also bring in Stefan Delatorio of D2 Customs in. We are talking everything Warhammer, 40K, JOYTOY, lore, you name it. we're going to be talking that every Sunday. We've been doing it for a few months now. It's been a blast. And the amount of exposure this channel has all of a sudden gotten has been pretty impressive. I think the Warhammer IP is taking off in many ways. It's been around since 1982. I mean, but started in Europe, just like D&D started over here about the same time in 1984.
Yep.
And they've crossed continents now quite a while ago. And the lore has been back and forth, any tabletop gamers, miniature painters, you name it. But there's something unique with Warhammer and the storyline. And I really encourage a lot of people to, it's a grim, dark world. This is not a happy place that you want to live in. But it does teach you a lot of things about betrayal and deceit and family and things of that nature that actually do happen in real world, unfortunately. But they do it in such a grandiose scale, ornate armor, vicious battles. I mean, it's just a fun environment to just step away into fantasy and just in a space version. So what we're doing is we're just talking everything. Mainly JOYTOY. Our show on Sunday night is called ToyHammer After Dark. Basically JOYTOY and Warhammer, ToyHammer. And we're basically showing any of the new releases, and JOYTOY puts them out on a weekly basis almost. And we're also showing unboxings and talking about lore. And, obviously Amazon has the new series coming up with Henry Cavill that is, running that, which is going to be phenomenal. So, there's lots to tune in for. I'd say everyone give it a shot. Pass it on.
Check it
it's
out.
not your thing. Yeah.
Right essentially after the show, you'll have a little bit of a break, but go check that out at 7 p.m. our time. That's going to be rad. So it looks like you guys are doing a Legions Con recap there as well. But you've been busy. So it's funny. Last time you and I were here, we were talking and totally unplanned, but we spent probably a good 20 minutes going through your shelf and you were breaking down Warhammer for me. I really appreciated it. That was totally like a glimpse into a world that I kind of just sort of knew from the outside, and told me a little bit about the lore and everything. Fantastic. Love that you guys are getting together. So I got to watch a show and get caught up. J-Mac is saying the Primarchs are amazing. Was instantly drawn to those. Larry's Kiki World is going to get sucked in by you guys. I almost picked up a JOYTOY 40K figure, but I had to stop somewhere on my buying. So cool, though. Oh, they'll work on you. Just careful.
That's just a matter of time.
JOYTOY Warhammer is a lot I appreciate from afar, but it looks so good. Yeah.
It's the figures are those figures are so buttery smooth and so amazing on their sculpt. And you got to remember they're a 1/18 scale. Granted, they're bigger because these are men in armored outfits, right? But the things that JOYTOY does with these figures, and I actually gave Curtis kind of challenged me a little bit, in one of our conversations. So I brought him a JOYTOY Terminator from the Iron Warriors and gave it to him at Legions Con. And he didn't put that figure down. In fact, last night he had it in his hands on Offworld. Offworld? Yeah, and he had it on PGG Live also. But the things are so buttery smooth. They feel great. The plastic on them is just, it's that almost like that Golios. It's like hand candy, but in a full articulated action figure form. And it's just absolutely amazing. And so anybody that touches them, they usually end up buying one, and then they curse me. I get a bunch of messages like, I hate you. You are such an enabler, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you're just weak. It's your own fault. Whatever.
I love it. Here, before we get into Legions Con proper and a quick look at whatever we want to look at. Here's G-Con. Look at these guys here hanging out right behind you.
Luckily caught Meg scratching her eyes. She's over together as Meg's and her husband from Wales.
I love it. I'm just looking around at all the folks. Look at this. Do you know who this is? Because he wins just because of the outfit. Look at this guy.
I can't remember his name. I met both those guys. This first time I met those guys too this year. Super nice. Wow, and then there's those two handsome brothers. I think they're brothers right behind me.
These guys right here. Yeah, the twins.
Yeah. They're really handsome.
Nah. Nate, Trevor. Love it. That's cool, man. There's a million. I guess I was about to lie. I was going to say that's the only thing I missed. No, I missed everything. Like I miss the toys are amazing, all of it, all the different companies that are there, and of course the people. But that's all right. I'll do the virtual thing for a year. Okay, this is cool. Now, the other thing is around the office, right? When you're doing that, you get to see stuff that the rest of us won't get to see for a long time. I saw these up on the shelf when I was at last year. It was Necronominus stuff. This year, you got to see, was it the whole Rising Suns wave kind of on that shelf?
Yeah, and a little bit of correction to what you said.
Oh,
we are going to get to see those really soon.
That's true.
They're getting ready to ship.
January, maybe? January, February?
December, January. Like,
ooh,
there's a whole lot coming here in the next 2.5 months between here and very, very early first quarter. So, Bodvar. It was really neat. Once again, I tried to do, obviously I got a bigger hand, but he's a big boy. Look at the sculpt. I mean, he just looks great.
Yeah. Beautiful, right? Like,
looks great.
Absolutely. Look at all of that, the fur.
Oh, and what I love about him is he ain't a light figure, man. He's solid, just like Slog from Cosmic Legions. I mean, you're getting a good, chunky, well done, amazingly painted bear. I mean, that can stand up and be on all fours.
So you got to handle the body too and everything?
Yeah, he's right behind it. I didn't move it around too much. They're all on that display shelf. But yeah, no, I picked him up and just like, whoa, okay. He's not the head sculpt. The head sculpt's not light right there.
Those are all production samples too, right? Those aren't prototypes at this point.
No, those are it. That's it.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Phenomenal.
Very cool. And here, quick aside, shout out to you for getting folks to get up and do some exercise.
Yeah, I'm super proud of everybody. I mean, I had literally, Brick, I was going to put a screenshot together and I didn't do it. I've probably had close to 50 to 75 people actually private message me telling me they're planning on coming. So, I mean, to get 75 people that showed interest to come on during Legion's Con, even want to get up at 5, 6 in the morning and come work out. That was really, neat to see. And then to see this group like push through, each and every one of these people I'm super happy with. They all busted their booty, over my shoulder right there. That's Jeremy Gerard's wife. Behind that is Von Berg and Twizzler and Roberto Suarez. I mean, the list goes on and on. PGG, the ladies of Legion's ladies, and of course Terrence, and of course Curtis. Curtis was the first one that showed up, so I got to give a shout out. Curtis was the earliest there. I got him on the treadmill and got him going. It was pretty neat. So my kudos to everybody for Mythic Muscle inaugural. It will be back next year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was kind of proud of myself last year. I was like, you know what? I know I'm going to be not moving around a whole lot. So that first night I got there, I got to hit up that little gym area and at least kind of just, but then I was pretty much had my butt at the Spiro table. So that was that.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's probably the last thing that should be on your mind. I have to be honest, not for that weekend, but it's nice to implement. I like to take all my, experience and the knowledge and the training and the things that I've done over the years and pay it forward. And everybody could stand to move a little bit more, to have a little bit more movement in their life. And that's all I wanted to bring to this.
No, I respect that for sure. I think
Curtis would tell you a different story. He said, it's going to be easy workout, blah, blah, blah. And he puts me through a military thing and tries to kill me.
Next year, you've already got some folks here. And yes, I don't think anybody did expect Ginger Richardson.
Oh, Richard Simmons showed up. Yeah, he was great.
Show up. Was he in full character? Is that what?
He was in full character, but he was he talks about it. He was he had been drinking a little bit, so he was really pushing through. He had that extra incentive.
All right.
But he showed up. He made it.
Well done. All right, let's take a look at some people's stuff. But first off, let's highlight the beautiful face of this dude, Steph Delator, and let's take a look at what he had. I haven't seen on his. Let's pull up what he had. But what stood out to you of the things that he brought to the show?
Everything. I mean, Stefan doesn't. There's nothing he doesn't bring. He brought the spaceship, which is really cool. Plus, he did. I don't have it sitting with me, but he made these really cool. His ships have been around. I have one of his ships. He's pretty much had those for a while. They're just absolutely stunning. It's amazing on those ships how he printed them. They actually look like wood.
Like you see the grain, you mean?
Yeah, it's like it's really cool. But he also did these stands, these like stands, dial stands that look like a spiky surface of like Mars or some foreign world. And he was selling those, and also there's a pop-up JOYTOY Warhammer table out in the hallway. That if you had bought a JOYTOY Warhammer, you got one of his stands also.
Oh, no kidding!
Yep,
that's funny. That's amazing. Yeah, man, his stuff is really great. The ships are cool. Was that? But I just noticed they're different too, because the one that Trevor had in his shot looked a little different, right? Or am I imagining?
No, I think they're the same.
Was it the same?
I think maybe the hatch was open, the other one wasn't. There's the big creature the big bruiser back there. If you look, he's also got another one, big, armored.
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah.
I didn't get any other good pictures of it, but I know that was pretty cool in person to see.
Him showing that off at Road to Legions Con was really cool.
And if you've ever met Steph or any time, obviously fellow vet brother of mine, prior military vet buddy, but on top of it, just an amazing personality. Such a nice guy. Super
warm, just like man, he was really great. I gotta get him back on the show. Oh, here you go. There's the big old creature, and that's what I love about Steph. He like is always trying to think outside of the box and really trying to like think, okay, what else can we sort of add to the conversation?
You remember last year he had his thrones? Those are cool. I got one of his thrones too with the light up torch on top, the light up fire, the flame. Yeah, he likes to make big things. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but again, but also because like, oh man, look at this. Because we don't have these ships, right? And so what a cool idea to be like, okay, I love Cosmic. I know last year he was working on a bike, kind of like speeder type thing, but seeing this big old spaceship thing is really, really cool. I want to see, where was it that he had the hatch open? I don't think but again, this community, man, just like really talented folks, super creative, and they're basically filling in the blanks and building out the world a little bit more for those of us that kind of want to expand these toys on our shelf. Do you know what this figure is?
Yeah, it's a Valaverse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Valaverse exclusive, but it's really cool how he did the same color in his spaceship.
Great looking figure.
Oh yeah,
robot dude. But yeah, this is really cool, and he's got like the little effects coming out. That speeder, creative dude, and yes,
talented.
See, look at that, fits really well.
ATL. There's the ATL figure that fits in it comfortably. And he had his big ship too. That was the other one. He had the big pirate ship that I watched him walk it over to the Corsair, the couple that's doing the Pirates, the new series release that's coming up on Kickstarter. So yeah, he walked it over to them. That was really cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So is this a different sort of ship body than the airship that he had last year?
Oh yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, because this one's more. There might be some base to it. I didn't really compare, but I know it looks totally like a pirate ship, not an airship like the one he did last year with the balloons or whatever.
Yeah, really cool, man. Great stuff. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see the base there down at the corner. Like it's this like spiky space scene base. It's round and oval.
There it is.
They're there. Yep. Yeah, those are awesome. I got one of those.
Did you? Yeah. What was that like? Did you come home with like a whole? Did you go with an empty suitcase with that in mind, or?
So I always go. I take. I got one of those big, huge, like long trunks. Those armored trunks from like Costco, and they have the carry-on that goes inside. Yep. And then literally, I pack them with like stuff. I'm always bringing out gifts to everybody. So I pack them like Santa Claus because I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to give people from out the year. And then as soon as I get unloaded, I have all that empty. So I just fill that up with whatever I'm going home with. So for $40 to check the luggage, I mean, it's cheaper than shipping all that home.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Love it. Steph, I gotta check in with Steph and
that's cool.
Yeah. Talk to me about Arthas's table. And thank you also. I know you're able to grab some of those eyes, but even that thing, let me see if I can find some photos of that. But if folks aren't familiar, Arthas makes these sort of like a series. It's a 3D printed piece with a series of eyes so that you can practice your eyes. Because that's something that I know that a lot of people ask him, because he does such a damn good job of painting eyeballs on his customs that people ask, how do you do that? And he's just, he talked to me about when he's out here in the Bay, we grab coffee. Just like, take a deep breath and just, but it's kind of cool, the idea of like, hey, let's make this piece and give it to people so they can practice. I love it. But he also had some amazing customs. So I kind of lost track of like what was there and what wasn't there. I'm pretty sure all of this was there.
Yeah, in fact, who was it? I think, it was Trevor. Trevor, stop right there. Trevor got all 4 of, the turtle, the dragon, the cat, and I think there's one more that he got. He bought all 4 of those from Arthas.
That's awesome.
And then that one to the right, the lion.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually go down, the one with the wings, that's the one that I got.
Oh, cool. Built on
I didn't get that. I just got the head sculpt.
Okay.
The wings were supposed to happen. There's a delay on that kind of stuff. They're dealing with some product delivery. I
see.
But I got the head sculpt, so I'm actually putting that one together down the road. Super excited to do that once I get everything.
Look at the wings, man.
Arthas does amazing work. And the great thing about Arthas's booth, and I noticed some other people started doing this too. They probably took the lead off of him from prior years. But when you go to Arthas's setup, it changes throughout the day, every day. Like he's always putting new things out. He puts his releases out in waves.
Yeah.
And some of his customs that he's not selling, his display stuff, he'll put those out in different waves. So he makes it quite the event that you want to keep going back and seeing his table every day, if not a couple times a day, if you have that time.
He puts on a show for sure.
He definitely puts on a show. And, it goes to say that he's absolutely one of the sweetest people you're ever going to meet. He's so nice.
Absolutely. These are great. And I love that he's working in, again, a bunch of different influence, a lot of this stuff, like Indian, these whatever, big necklace thing. I'm not sure what to call it, but it's gorgeous, working in different things into this to kind of create different looks. And give us designs that we don't get otherwise.
Well, I was just going to say, he's almost kind of like a designer for like fashion. Mm-hmm. All within his actual figure designing and customizing. He he checks so many different boxes with his work.
Yep. Agreed. Ah, look at that. So good.
Super talented.
Is this is a custom torso, isn't it? No. I'm like, I don't
know.
I'm looking at those veins and it's throwing me. And
I think the traps on it. I don't.
Yeah. Like this too, right? Yeah, exactly. Those are, sorry.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's from I haven't taken the top piece off of my Jersey Devil, but I'm not sure if that torso has that. Do you have the Jersey Devil? I think it's got a different finish on the skin anyways.
Nope. That's not it.
Yeah, that looks like something. That looks like custom, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I know he's done that before. One of the one custom that I have, actually 2 Legions, but this one I bought from Arthas, uses a custom torso as well.
Nice.
Just the paint jobs are beautiful. Did you get to see this in person?
I did.
Oh man.
And then I got to see Trevor hold it up in proud ownership.
That's a nice thing too. If you're an East Coaster like Trevor, you can just put it in your car and drive it home, right? And not have to worry about like, what's it going to be like on the plane?
Well, I miss out. I know a lot of the customizers for dial pieces are willing to ship, or like, hey, we'll ship it out or whatever. But a lot of times those things go fast too. Yes. And I'm definitely not taking them on the plane. I do not want them getting snapped, crushed, squished, whatever. And then by the time I get my brain wrapped around to go see them, I'm like, oh, you know what? That's right. They could ship.
Yeah.
A lot of it's gone.
Yeah.
So I love that turtle.
Amazing stuff. All right. Is there anything else? Like what else stood out to you that you saw at the con? And I have questions about certain things that maybe you saw, maybe you didn't. But what else stood out to you this year?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say. I think we've covered a lot of what really stood out. I think a lot of the normal con presence, but the vendors themselves brought fire again. you know, like you have the same returning vendors for the most part, but they just keep going back every year. They get done, sell off, you know, I would imagine. And what I've heard was this was a very good con for all the vendors. None of the vendors. Yeah, it was a very, very strong showing. In fact, Saturday, this did stand out. So Saturday, I know for a fact that Jeremy probably will talk about this. He's made comments that I have never seen a Saturday this busy. I was on the 8th floor, my hotel room. So I came out to the elevators and I could look across the parking lot all the way up the road. And there were people coming from like a block or two up the road who had to park. There's no parking left around the hotel, and that parking lot's huge. So they had to come out from all over the place. A couple of them actually Ubered from their hotel because they were going to drive over with somebody, and they have nowhere to park. I would say pretty safe to say that this Saturday's attendance was record.
And I'd heard that people that went on Saturday, they were really taken aback on how much more crowded it felt. That's good. I think that's a good thing.
You still got everything done. I mean, you know, Saturday I was quite busy. I missed a little bit because I was the handler for Wraith and his Grey Knights outfit. So we spent the day walking around. So I missed a little bit of walking around. But what I missed there, I made up with Wraith and the amount of aha moments and photo sessions and just the amount of kids who were excited about that. So,
and that's not a tiny costume. So he's still able to navigate the con, even though there were a lot of people. It's not like it was, you know.
That's crazy. Why, you know, like he talked about, which was very nice of him. He said, there's no way I could have done this without Blake being my handler because, you know, I was literally like, hey guys. And we would literally walk 2-3 steps. Hey, can I get a picture? Hey, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It was just it was fun for him too, because I mean, the man put a lot of money into this outfit and he did it to make people happy. You know, he did it to spread the word and it definitely did that.
All right. Well, one thing that we already said it earlier, I brought up his comment, but I was so bummed that I wasn't going to be there to connect with the good folks from Corsair Creations who have their Kickstarter coming up. They were in the hallway. And I know they had built dios and brought dios, and I don't know if they got sold. I know they were available for sale. But this is the line Tide Realm Corsairs. They had a different name when they were here on the channel, and they changed it pretty quickly after because of some concerns around conflict with other people's IP. So this is what they landed on. Tide Realm Corsairs is the name of the line. It's going to go up for Kickstarter sometime in the spring. But they were there. These are the figures. If you don't remember them, it's coming. But what was cool was the characters are walking around the floor right next to to Wraith. Did you get to see him kind of walking around in this wild? I
sure did. Yeah.
Light up eyes?
Yeah, they took a group picture together too. There was, to mention the cosplay this year was tenfold.
Saw the photos.
Yeah, I mean it was like. I mean, we're starting to step up like regular con, like quality. Like I think the quality, the amount could be bigger in a large con, obviously, but the quality of the actual cosplay at Legion's Con everyone was a winner. Yeah. So I was very impressed.
Yeah, there were a couple that were like characters I didn't recognize, but I was like, man, thank you, because I want that character. I want your costume as a figure. This is really cool. I'm glad that they were able to do this, and it's so smart. Brand new toy line coming. So Eric, great timing, man. But yes, this is Deathmoid, and I love that they have the dios there. They were able to kind of like show everybody what they're about, show the figures. And yeah, it's a line that is in collaboration with, or you know, they've essentially hired Four Horsemen to do all the sculpting with, and that was here on the channel. We talked a little bit about it when he was here. Oops, that's Arthas. But let's take a look at some of the shots that you got to take of the figures there, and that awesome looking dios. That's what I really appreciate about what they're doing, is that they've put so much thought into the backstory in the world. And I love that they're able to kind of communicate some of that through displays and stuff. So this is What's your take as someone who's seen it in person? What am I know I'm missing a lot, but tell me, you know.
Well, I didn't play with them or anything, but I can tell you right now, the deco and how they look, scale, and everything, fire. I mean, I'm definitely I'm definitely all in on them.
I'm here too.
Yeah, they look amazing. Yeah, I mean it's almost a no-brainer one. It's one of those ones where you walk around and just in person, they just even these pictures don't do them justice of when you're standing in front of them.
Size wise, they look kind of like a perfectly legions. Yeah,
they're going to fit right in on your shelf with all of your legions and your of that scale type figure format.
What's great is that, at G-Con this year, they revealed, the Four Horsemen revealed, they're sort of like, seafaring people. And there were a lot of comments before the stream, people just go, I don't know if they do that. They're working on this other pirate thing. I was like, no, man, the Horsemen, like, they'll create their vision of people. This will be different, and as far as I'm concerned, they all work perfectly well on my shelf, hanging out with each other and maybe doing some adventuring. What I didn't catch, this is something that your pictures are showing me that I didn't quite catch when we were talking about it on the stream, was these things, like getting to see the sort of feet coming out of here and here, and just like those kinds of details of them popping out of these human boots or whatever.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah, no, the details, the aesthetics, the paint applications, spot on. They look amazing.
It's going to be a great line. 3 figures. Can't wait to see what ends up happening with that. Early spring. This is not a new toy line, but this is another one that you did take. It looks like this was another one of the hallway folks. I actually hadn't seen pictures of this till now. Can you tell me what's going on with it? This looks awesome.
Well, if you want to zoom in on his name tag, because I don't want to butcher.
Yeah, for sure. We can try out. I don't think we can see it.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
This is his first year, if I'm not mistaken, or he's new to this. And this tower sold literally, I think it sold just as soon as he opened or just before we went live in the hallway. It didn't last.
Amazing.
He's doing some firework. Nolan from Nolan Collects came out from Chicago and helped him run the table. And it was great to see Nolan. So that was nice. But yeah, I mean,
heartbreaking. Sorry, real quick. That's heartbreaking because last year I was so excited. I was like, hey, Nolan, I'm going to be there. Let's go. And he was going to come on the show right before the thing. And then he was like, hey, change of plans. I'm not going. I was like, oh, it was like the weekend. He was supposed to be my guest the weekend before Legions Con. He was going to take me through. And because, I was like, oh man, I can't wait. We get to hang out. And then he's like, oh, I'm not going this year. But
hey, let's highlight this. Eric Miller painted Deathmoid and Morningstar.
That's awesome, man. They look great. They really look great. But that. Great job, man. I'm gonna get more.
To your point, though, it was great to see Nolan because last year I was hoping to see him.
Yep.
And I saw him the first year. I saw him in 23. 24, he didn't make it. And then he made it this year. I was super excited to see my Chicago fellow brother. We're both from Chicago in the neighborhoods there. So it was good to see him. And he helped this gentleman with his booth. And it was awesome.
That's cool, man. So what am I looking at? Is it like modular? Are these pieces?
Yeah. And some of these, if I'm not mistaken, some of these are some of the stuff that Trevor's using.
Oh, okay.
Some of these components that Trevor has, some of these or is working with, but he had another one. I tried to get around, and get a picture. If you see it on the right-hand side, he had a whole tomb and a whole setup behind this tower. He had a bunch of different. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's like a
mausoleum or something.
Yeah, mausoleum. That's the term. Yes.
Yeah. That's killer.
He brought some really cool stuff.
Tell me about this. Like, is this stuff up here? That's cool.
I didn't ask much questions. I mean, I saw it and I thought it was pretty neat. It looks like it's obviously you need to paint it. I don't think it was a finished product from what I remember, but yeah, he's bringing some really awesome things.
So is this him all the way down to these things in the back? That's all one table?
All the way down to that guy with the black shirt and the sleeveless arm there. All that's his.
Okay.
And I checked in with him and said hi to him a couple times on the way by, just back and forth, and his table progressively got empty quick.
Oh, yeah. I hope that he was able to be like, hey, can we keep it here and till the end, and then you pick it up later. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he worked out on that, but yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. 3D printed about 14 inches tall.
That's why this looks familiar. I was like, what is that? Those are cool looking from Neverending Story. And they were 3D printed, like you just said. Thank you, Alan. About 14 inches tall. I got to get Alan on here because this was his first Legions Con. I'd love to hear his take and just, his.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Especially as a maker himself who, like, I'm sure he was just blown away by the talent of his peers, man.
Mm-hmm.
These are just too cool. That's great. And of course, from your neck of the woods, this guy who apparently went to go work out with you, which is cool to see. Yeah. This is one that I was just also like, just like Tide Realms, man. I was excited by all the new toy lines that are being brought there, as well as, of course, all the other indie, what do they call it? The Independent Toy Showcase, I think is what it was called. Independent Creator Showcase or something. Of course, and Warriors of the Kingdom was there, and they were able to, by the skin of their teeth, get 2 new figures to the con. Man, it was going to be almost a complete bust. Those figures didn't show up until after they started setting up. So anyways, there's that, and there's the other folks that we know, like, we're waiting for, because, we've been ordering these figures. And then now, on the heels of all that, we're getting a couple brand new lines, like the Tide Realm and
Ashen Oath.
Ashen Oath.
I'm a big fan of Brian Von Burke and what he's doing. I've been a big fan of him just in general. We had a lot of time to talk more about this, obviously, in person. He did a really neat thing. The great thing about Ashen Oath is it involves you as a fan too. So where a lot of product lines, you can become immersed in the storyline. You are part of this story. You get your own Ashen Oath name. So he had basically a first name and a last name, which is basically a first name and an adjective bag. And you had to reach your hand into one bag, and you pulled out your first name. And then you had to pull blind your second name. My name is Oathbound Crown.
Oh, love it.
And I was super excited about that because it's Ashen Oath, and my name is Oathbound Crown.
Nice.
So now I have an identity in this, right? I have a character. Now, what do I want to do with this character? How am I going to bring it to fruition? And how is it going to fit into what Brian's building here? I think that's a really neat thing. Oh, there you go. Larry's got Oathbound Herald. Awesome.
So I wonder, is it the Oathbound, the family name? Are you guys related? What's going on? It's like,
me and Larry could be family. I don't know.
But Richard, man, I can't wait for this line. Like, yeah,
this line is fire. I actually just got this.
T-Belay missed it. He didn't get to grab a name.
He basically sent me one of these. He had them, but I was super excited to have my.
Nice. Get your little Ashen Oath bracelet there.
Well, he has his Von Burke, his Von box every month, him an email, and I've been a subscriber for a while. And it's nice. I got my new head sculpts because I'm a neighbor, so I get them literally. He mails them out, and I get them like the next morning. And I'm super excited about this line. There's lots of lines to be excited about. Of course, I think I sent you some stuff by Brutal Realm. Had a really good conversation, and they had a really cool booth.
Yep.
So
I love those guys too. But this is fantastic. I like this shot right here of the full Paint Master, seeing it, and then what you shared just in terms of just like, so cool to see how these are all going to look. Still kind of, as he used the term grimdark repeatedly, and that grimdark, not highly saturated aesthetic, but it's kind of cool to see how colors work. This white armor with all the creepily gaudy gold. Love it.
No, it's very cool. And he brought that one custom. I don't know where it went. I need to talk with him. He brought a custom out there of the character in the back left corner, that gold and black. But he did a Valak Spear, the cosmic spacesuit outfit one. And he did a custom on that. I don't know if that was a custom that he brought that was sold already. But it wasn't on the table very long, I'll tell you that. As Brian's stuff tends to go pretty darn quick.
I love that. Yeah, I love that folks can still bring their stuff, and like it's a good show for them. It's a good place to connect with
and
people, but
another
also sell their stuff.
and another amazing guy, obviously Roberto Suarez, the Puerto Rican. He does the table with Brian, so it's nice. So he'll bring out some of his custom painted items, and they kind of tag team on the table together. So what a great dynamic duo.
No, I don't think his stuff is in this
show. No, it's on the far left.
And again, when we were talking here on the stream, I was just applauding and giving him props for his branding and sort of merchandising of everything. And I look at this, man. This display must have been so cool to look at. Look at that. A rich world filled with intriguing characters and expansive lore. Kickstarter campaign launched spring 2026. Man, I'm already shopping for toys that I'm going to get in 2027, maybe 2028.
I know. I was going to say we got toys and stuff we're either paying for and lined up for the next 2.5 years.
Yeah, these two in the back too look so good. These customs, but man, there it is. Yeah, look at that. So were these are also characters from his line, or these are customs of characters that might come later that he's going to do his own versions of? Do you know the story?
Those are customs, and I do not believe, Brian, if you watch this and correct me later, but I don't believe those are part of I think those are customs that he was selling there.
Okay.
I think the 3 were the rollouts for that. I mean, they look like they could fit, but I'm pretty sure that's one of I have that head sculpt already.
Well, that's what he was saying when we were talking, is that a lot of his early pieces, he was already kind of like crafting this world, and some of them ended up being, worked into the Von Box and other pieces. Mm-hmm. And so, I wonder, because these look like the characters. I'm forgetting the name that he described. Let's see. He said, these guys are awesome, and I'm proud to. Oh wait, never mind. This is Larry's shot. Sorry, Larry.
That's Larry's.
they collaborated on the post, is what it is. And Brian. Yeah, but these are great, man.
And some of his other custom stuff around his IP. And then I got those 4 head sculpts, the helmets for the skellies. I love them. I got the unpainted ones. The whole set, I didn't get there quick enough. And there was a couple of them available, but not all 4 of them. So I just bought the 4 unpainted ones, and we'll do them later. But those are super cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
There's the 4 painted ones.
This right here, I mean, he has such an aesthetic, but man, I want these as like actual characters. I hope these are the kinds of things that might get developed somewhere, because they're such cool.
There he is. That's the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, this is badass. I saw this the other day and just like, wow, gorgeous.
Yeah, I love him. His line, and like, oh, I've wanted that custom. I've wanted that one for a long time. I keep asking him, hey, if you sell it, hey. He's like, the Atari tribute figure to the right, that's actually Roberto Suarez's full custom that he was selling.
Oh, was that his? Okay. Yeah, Roberto's stuff is great. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, it's totally Atari. And I love that he's like got the Sphex Avenger. So cool.
Oh, but hey, Brian just hopped into the chat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They are customs of future Ash and Oath releases.
Awesome.
What's up, man?
Cool clarity on that. I'm glad. Thanks,
Good job
Brian.
on the show, man. This looks fantastic. I'm with Alan here. That cloven hoof figure looks amazing.
Ash and Oath is fire. I'm telling you. The storyline, once again, it brings you, the figure collector / you're brought into the story, and you have your name. And I think that's the next level of, feeling that connectivity to a line is to actually be a character and have your character be implemented into the storyline.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's such a cool concept. And then shout out, you said Puerto Rican?
Yeah, Roberto Suarez.
Roberto Suarez. Got it.
Yeah. Hey, we're all. Yeah. That's your Pac Northwest connection out here in Portland, right here.
Man, if only we could all get together.
Yeah, there's a rumor about something. We'll talk about that, I'm sure.
Just a thought. This is cool though. I love it. Here, let's go ahead before we get talking about what's in the future, let's close out with these guys. These, they know. Talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
these guys. I wonder. I think it'd probably be easier to count the weekends when I don't talk about Brutal Realm on the news, but this thing is awesome. And I've only seen the photos of this display. Again, one of the many things I'm jealous of. How badass do these things look in context of their world, man?
So true story. I had a really good rap session with him, the owner, and he basically told me that they are working on bringing this to fruition so you can buy it. And then it'll be kind of like they have a thought process around doing it like a Castle Grayskull, or where it actually, the top folds back and the sides come out, and you can have the backs inside and the outside, have it lighted.
So amazing.
It was
just cool. James, right? Yeah, because I think Jason is having, I don't know if it happened yet, but it might have, his child. I believe baby was due right around Legion's Con, so it was just James this time. But how cool is all of this, man? Again, these, Brian, the folks at Tide Realm, like the idea that they have a world so that when you go and check out their prototypes, they're actually showing you sort of that world now. I love it.
And then you've got stuff like the Plunderlings, an amazing line that's been there, but they keep innovating. They're coming up with their new characters now. They showed them off this year, which is really cool. Plunder Beak, I think. So the turtle. That's the turtle and the bird. The Plunder Beak and the Plunder. I can't remember what the other one's name is, but those are really cool too.
Yeah. Thanos is asking, did the backer kit ever open up for Brutal Realm? No, not yet.
Not yet.
It has not yet. And then Chris Bouchard has a question for you, Brian. How can one who wasn't there get their name, their Ashen Oath name? And then how many figures will there be? If that's something you can answer here, and love to put that in the stream. But these things are great. They were all there last year, but a lot of them, the ones that you guys got to see, were actually newer. Oops. Sorry, I just realized I'm opening it here, but you're not seeing it over there. A lot of the prototypes that you all got to see this year were newer than the prototypes that we saw that last year. So this guy is a completely different one than what they showed last year at their table. Same for him, Ogun. Oh, that's not Ogun, but same for Ogun.
It's gross.
So do you approve? Are these guys working out well, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's just definitely more money gone.
Their muscles are aptly developed.
And their working out aspect. Yeah, I think I need to ask them some tips.
Okay. Yeah, here's Ogun looking good, man. All of these look really great, and definitely this is one of the many things that I was really jealous. Not really truly jealous, but just wish that I was there. This guy I'd never gotten seen in person, and he looks really great. Overall, is there anything else from this booth other than the Grimskull Castle that caught your eye, especially so?
No, I mean, that was pretty much it. And of course, the figures that we're very much aware of. There is that one right there. That is the first test shot of that figure. So
yeah. I think this was the first time it had been seen.
Yes, that was the first time. Very, very cool looking.
The Shadar army builder, and there's a couple different heads for this guy. Yeah, they're really looking great. And it's amazing to sort of see them iterate on these things and kind of see what they end up tweaking and developing. And of course, given all the different lines that are coming out, it's still amazing to me that everyone is just managing to do just new, different, and unique things, man. This is some cool stuff. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at one customizer, and then I've got some customizers that I don't think you took pictures of, but I wanted to talk about real quickly, and then we can close it out. Mark Calvo, this guy. One of the biggest regrets from last year is that I did not buy more of his stuff. He was right next to us, right next to the Spiro table. What did you want to say about Mark's stuff? Is there anything in there that particularly stood out to you?
Yeah, Mark's phenomenal. I did grab his Predator Arnold Schwarzenegger custom.
Yeah,
super excited.
So good. Can you tell me what parts he put use on that? I kind of saw
ATL, a custom Arnold head, which was not part of anything, and I think a custom vest that wasn't. I don't think he. I think those two pieces. I think it was pretty much the ATL with some repaint stuff on it.
Very cool.
Sorry, I got a little tickle in my throat. All of a sudden, I have no clue why.
This is all. I'm assuming this is Doom stuff.
That's the Doom Slayer. Yeah, those all sold really quick. The last one to sell, I kind of. I think I attached the picture of him. Mm-hmm. That went to Curtis Ackerman. I waited too long to pull the plug on that one. I was going to buy that one also, and that thing is phenomenal. But yeah, it's from Doom also. So there's four vehicles. There's four figures in this release of his custom line, and yeah, they're all gone. They sold. Good
for him.
Yep.
You know what I hummed and hawed over last year, and I should have just pulled. I should have just gotten it. Was the Atom Power?
Yeah.
And I don't know whoever ended up getting it, but that was a gorgeous figure. Gotta be mindful of spending and just worried a little bit about bringing customs back home. And I just didn't do it, but stuff looks really great, man. And all the customizers that I saw looked really amazing, but there are a couple that I was just like, oh my God, this stuff is so cool. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick. But and then I don't know if there was anything else that you or there are the customizers that you didn't have pictures of that you'd want me to bring up, or
I think I sent a couple. Did I send more than Mark?
I don't think so.
There were so many. There's just
I know.
I mean,
overwhelming.
Your usual offenders, and I mean that in a positive way. Everything from Curtis Ackerman to Neil Wickman to Eric Miller to the Malignancy to the list goes on and on of just the sheer amount of talent and customs that were available. Dennis Derby, he had a bunch of customs. I actually picked up a couple custom heads from him. Arthas, we've talked. The amount of sheer talent out there it's kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. I know that Jeremy went through and said something like it was you had 3 or 4 minutes. If you went to every single booth during the time the doors were open, you could spend 3 or 4 minutes. And you could spend 30 or 40 minutes at one table. So
yeah,
I would imagine, I'm going to tell you this. And I've watched some footage from other shows and some footage from other people's videos on Instagram and Facebook. And there's some things like, oh my God, where was that at? I'm just I was walking, how did I miss that? Oh my God, I would have bought that for sure. How did I miss that?
Well, this is why I brought you here. And I did the same last year, someone else, because I was there last year and I didn't see anything. And so it took somebody else kind of walk me through, showing me their stuff and me looking online to really catch up. I'm like, oh man, that was all there. I missed it. And so I'm glad that you came through to show this out. So here's Brad Harper with the custom Odious, the heads that Wade from Unparalleled Universe brought of the Odious sort of skull that were actually designed to work with Mythic Legion. Specifically, he was thinking to put them on some of the skeletons that are out there. So this is his Odious character, which is awesome as a skull, but still with
Odious in the crossroads. I love that.
Yeah, it's so good. I think it looked really great. And shout out to Brad for the photo and the whole custom. I think it's great. By the way, as folks know, Wade is actively trying to push his Kickstarter for 2 figures, 2 new Odious variants, the Cowboy and the Soldier. That's available right now to back. And I'm going to have Wade here. We haven't figured out a time, but we're running out of time, so it's probably next Sunday. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I backed his figures yesterday.
Nice. I told him, man, I love you. I love your stuff. I really want the Inuit and the Ronin. Those are the ones that fit my shelf because I'm Cowboys. That's a little too of our world than the fantasy stuff that's going on over here.
Hey,
So,
Roberto Suarez just popped in. He goes, "Was somebody talking about me?"
Dude, were your ears burning? Because your stuff is amazing. And the Sphex Avenger, I forget what it was called, but the
Atari tribute. Yeah, the Sphexian Atari tribute one. Yeah. No.
So
yeah, we were talking about you. We were talking about how wonderful you and Brian are.
Yes. So good job, man. And then this is the other one that I want to show. I love Corey's stuff is great. Steam Powered Mom, Sergeant Sausage.
So good.
The whole highly posable crew was there, and that's another thing. I was so bummed that I wasn't there to kind of hang out with everybody. But Corey's stuff is amazing, and if you ever watch him on highly posable or any of the other, when he pops up on other, he'll sit there, blank head, paint, 30 minutes, show it to the camera. You're just like, holy crap, man!
It just whips it out.
But this stuff is so good. And I'm just like, this thing reminds me of an old Muscle. Remember Muscle? The old Keshi, millions of unusually small creatures lurking everywhere.
Those are cool.
I have a collection, and I remember this one guy with a big old mouth, and that's what that looks like. So shout out to Steam and all the other folks I missed, man. Like, it was obviously a great show, and as Legion's Con always is, wish I was there. Let me actually show one more thing, because I put it in the thumbnail for a reason. And your friend, and I need to get him back here as well. Mr. Tributes himself, Emil Wickman.
Mm-hmm.
He had a couple of his tribute stuff. But this one in particular, there's two figures in particular that he did that I was like, man, this guy.
Right.
I appreciate the proper respect that he's putting on Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime by doing a proper Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions tribute. This thing looks incredible.
It's freaking awesome. I mean, there's not much he turns out that, I mean, everything he turns out is fire. Like,
right. So good. And I just really love how he really works on just using as much Four Horsemen stuff or only Four Horsemen stuff, often modified. And it's just so clever. Were you able to spend some time at his table, take a look at his stuff this year?
Yeah, no, I spent some time with him in general. It was really nice. He's such I'm beating a dead horse here, but he's so many nice people, right? And he's just, he's one of those pillars in the community of just pure, good human vibe, right?
Which is refreshing, because it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of that these days. So it's nice to have this nice concentration in our collector community of warm, nice people.
And you could see it in his body language. You'll walk up and he'll look at you like this, and he'll like, Emil, I miss you, man. He's like, I love you too. I love you. It's so awesome.
Yeah, this one was great. I absolutely love this one. And then the other was a Joe one. One of the, I think,
the Serpentor.
Yes. The Legions, man. I've always thought
that's the one I want. I would love to have that Serpentor. That thing is so.
Do we know who ended up with it, or did he keep it?
I don't know if it went anywhere. If he actually sold it, I'm pretty sure he did. But maybe he can follow up in the comments later if he watches this on the rewind.
Well, I will just say if you all missed what I was saying, but like he generally tries to stick to using only Four Horsemen parts. So that head is a Ninian infantry head carved out, put another Legion's head in there. I'm not sure if that's
Magnus.
It is, right? From the
I think it's Magnus.
And it's just such a cool combination of me. It's cool because you're like, you're familiar with the palette, the parts library, and you're using that as your palette to do your art. Incredible stuff, man. Look at that.
Yeah. Very cool.
Legions Con, man. We love this thing called Legions, and don't get it twisted. You go to Legions Con, it's not just Legions. We talked about Brutal Realm. We talked about the Tide Realm. We talked about Ashen Oath. Who am I missing? Odious. And so there were a bunch of folks there. Spiro was there. This year was Skeletron was there, which is cool. And another thing that I missed out
BBTS workshop with Monster Force.
Formo's there. Was Valaverse there this year as well? They were.
Yep, they were there too. Yep, had a big booth.
a lot of folks have said this, but it really is the best toy show. If you're really into this stuff, if you're really into action figures, like such a cool concentration of action figures, indie toys, which is my jam, and a bunch of really cool, talented creators. And if you haven't picked up on this, a bunch of really nice, warm, welcoming people. Oh, shout out. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. And shout out to the Grindhouse Toys folks too. It's not all 112 or 112 in quotes. But it's some 3.75 goodness there. Grindhouse Toys, man.
Yeah, their stuff is awesome. I'm definitely I'm in on that too.
Were they able to do the full-on video VHS kind of store display at?
Yeah, they had they had a booth size, but they had everything labeled out, and they had all the different VHS cases as their marketing packaging. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Like a Blockbuster thing, man. Yeah, right after
super cool guys too.
N.E.W.S and the way Brian does his excellent marketing, Grindhouse Toys is right up there, man. They create a whole experience just from the booth itself. Like you quickly get a sense of what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, they're phenomenal. That was my first time to see them in person. I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad I'm in.
Chris Bouchard, let's both try and go, and I'll try and actually make it there this year. Let's bet, man, as the kids say. Brick, Blake in chat. What's going on, Ray? Good to see you.
What up?
And their business cards. Yeah, that's a whole thing, man. Top to bottom. Their business cards are actual
your membership card for Blockbuster.
Yep. So, dude,
awesome.
Legion's Con is over, and it's not again till what, November
6th this year.
And we know that it's gonna be at the same hotel for the next. Do they commit for 3 years or 2 more years?
3.
I know they made that announcement for 3 more years. It'll still be at that Whippany, New Jersey. There's another name for the actual Marriott. What is it?
Hanover Marriott.
Hanover, yes. And so here, I love that you sent me these, and I think it's such a cool visual. So this is sadly always has to be that you got to go home. This is Blake on his flight home. Were you at least able to get home on time, or were you delayed with all the madness?
Yeah, my flight got pushed a little bit, but hey, compared to what some other people were going through, I was blessed.
Yes. But
it's a long flight though to sit there and think.
Yeah, look at that. To go all the way from here across the country, get home. What are we going to do in between now and November to kind of get our fix of not just the Mythic Legion stuff and not just indie toy stuff, but getting to hang out with other fans and creators?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Brick. There's my lineup for this year involves hopefully seeing you in May at the West Coast Mythic Meetup like last year. And as far as I am in the understanding, it's a go, and it'll be the first weekend in May. The confirmation will come out by that later.
Usually ends up around Cinco de Mayo. You're right. So that's great. I can drive up 2 hours north. You can come flying down, which I'll
drive down.
Or drive down.
It's a 9-hour drive. Yep.
That's a long way. So I'm sorry for that. I owe you.
Hey, don't be sorry. It's beautiful scenery, and I get to see you guys. It's true. Well worth the drive.
That's true. Okay, so that's down here in Sacramento. You're right. In May, first week of May. But what else? Come on, dude. You're driving down here.
July. Well, hold on. We'll get to that. In July, there's CarverCon. I'm going to CarverCon July 11th.
Hard one for me. Okay, July 11th, CarverCon. That's cool that you're going to make it. And that is where again?
That will be in Ohio.
Okay.
July 11th. So I'll be out there for that weekend supporting Carver Customs, Brian Lynn, and Stacy Lynn's first show. And it's getting quite the lineup, to be honest with you. It's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, the venue they have is amazing. It looks like it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. I'm super excited about that. And I get to go there with hardly anything except shorts and a t-shirt because it'll be warm, and I don't have to pack a bunch of stuff. So it'll be even nicer. More room for toys.
And then is that it? July?
And then, of course, November, I'm going to go back to Legion's Con, but there is one other small show that might pop up in June. It's June 13th and 14th. And yes, do you have a logo for that? I think There it is.
Oh, I think we found the Sasquatch.
Yes,
what
we
are
did.
we looking at, Blake? What are we looking at here?
Well, what we're looking at the very first Pacific Pac Northwest Legions meetup 2026 right here in the Portland metro area. It will be a 2-day event. The first day will be Saturday the 13th. We will have I rented out the whole clubhouse where I live.
Okay.
Has a whole venue area, kitchen, barbecue area, pool. It is going to be a Legions get-together extravaganza. It will be Four Horsemen. They sanctioned it. I've talked to Jeremy Gerard. It's going to be a very fun event. Vendor tables, food. If you're a vendor and you're watching this, just bring your stuff. I got the tables for you. I got everything set up. All you need to get here is for the weekend of the June 13th and 14th. Sunday, if you choose to stay, and one of the reasons I did this for this event is the Pacific Northwest is so beautiful and it's such a destination place that a lot of people want to see. And to fly out here and spend the money, I wanted to make it worthwhile, not just come for Saturday and then leave.
Right.
So day 2, we are going to do a sightseeing tour from Portland all the way to Cannon Beach, where the Goonies was filmed. And we're going to do a toy photography seminar, outside toy photography shoot, and check out beautiful Oregon. We're going to go down the coast. We'll finish the day at Tillamook, the factory, and have fresh made ice cream at Tillamook. And then we'll head back, and that'll be the end of the event. But it doesn't mean that'll be the end of the party. We might be hanging out till you never know, all kinds of hours on Saturday or Sunday night.
All right. Well, then I think there's the answer. You are going to drive down to Sacramento.
Yes,
and
I
am. I will drive up, probably driving, because I heard an invitation for vending. So I'm going to bring up some Spiro Toys, Animal Wares of the Kingdom stuff. And I will drive up, and school's out by then. So, I can hang out for a little bit and just enjoy the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Maybe we'll look for some Sasquatch. And you mentioned Tillamook, and man, let me tell you that their little ice cream sandwiches, the little circular ones, when I'm eating carbs, I'm going to pick some of those, and I can get through a box pretty quickly. So I'm looking forward to that. There'll
be a post coming out. This logo will be the lead to the post. Then it'll be the time, date, and the breakdown of the 2-day get together, as well as pictures and scenery of what you will see if you come out and what we're going to experience all together as a Legions community. And shout out to Dusty at Dang Studios right here. Dusty, he is the creator of that logo that you're seeing right now.
Also the creator of those awesome coloring books. He had a kids one this year. So yes, shout out to Dusty.
Absolutely. And I just want this to be an event where everyone comes out, for the people that can make it. I understand there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shows that are starting to ramp up. I know CarverCon's a big one. It's been in play for a while. But if you want to turn a weekend, a 3-4 day sightseeing tour, and just have fun and hang out with your Legions peeps, this will be definitely an event that you don't want to miss. The weather's going to be beautiful. It just always is in June. School's out. Make it if you can. If not, totally understand. I'll catch you, the ones that can't make it, somewhere in one of the shows across the rest of the year.
Yep. So folks are definitely intrigued. Let's go. First off, 78 is saying that he's going to fly out from Indonesia. No, he's not saying that. What's up, 78?
Awesome.
I will definitely. I'm kidding. I'm not putting you on the hook for that. But Allison, that would be amazing. In fact, I think you're closer. I actually can't commit. But I was going to say I could pick you up. But I just realized if I'm vending, my car is going to be pretty packed up with some Spiro toys. But yeah, it'd be awesome if you showed up out there. That'd be amazing. Rick, what's up? Yes.
And the coast, just to let you know, Rick, I live in Southwest Portland. So where this event's going to be held, it's only 45 to 50 minutes to Cannon Beach from my house. So it's a beautiful ride up to Highway 26, the Sunset Highway.
And yes, this is in Oregon. It's a ways for you, but man, how cool would it be to see some Tide Realm? Just saying.
Oh, that would be cool. Hey, And there'll be more to come. If anybody that watches this now or on the rewind, there's going to be plenty more conversation as the months go on. Anybody wants a table, let me know now so I can make sure I have a table. There's plenty of vendor room in this clubhouse. It's going to be a fun setup. I think you guys are going to find it very comfortable. And actually the property is very excited about this event. They're like, no way, you're bringing this here? And I'm like, yes, I am. They're like, this is going to be fun.
Oh, cool. Right on. That's great. That's not going to be something that they're surprised by.
No.
They're even smarter than me. Well done, Allison. Yes, that would be amazing. And then Brian said Wade needs to come up for the Sasquatch love. Okay, I got to talk to that guy and see. And where he says, where are you having it again? So you want to break that down again? Yeah,
it'll be so I live in a place where I have my townhouse. It's called the Haven at Golf Creek, and we have a huge clubhouse pool and area. So I've rented out for the Saturday event, the full clubhouse, and it'll be over an 8-hour event as long as we need. And that's where it's going to be held. I'll be getting food. We'll be cooking, barbecuing. Yeah, I mean, you name it. It's just going to be, you got kids, you got family. This is a very family friendly function. Bring the kids, bring swim equipment, then go swim at the pool. We could be doing our toy talk. We could be eating pizza or cooking on the barbecue.
I don't know if Ted's watching, but I'll hit up Ted and see if my brother will go up there. It'd be cool to hang out up there, and we can hang out with one of my cousins up there too. We'll see. We'll see if we can get some imaginary customs up there too. This is great, man. Thank you again. And, apologies for my bad acting earlier, but yes, we were talking about this last time you and I were here, and I'm glad that it's working out, man. I'm glad that, and shout out to you for being one of the folks who kind of picked up on what I think myself and the other West Coast Mythics folks were trying to put out there. Like, hey, like these kinds of awesome events should be happening on the West Coast, and it's only going to happen if folks throw one together. And you're just like, yeah, no problem, I got it. And you were on it. Just so you know, this guy was talking about it like a while back, and it was really, his gears were going, and he's making it happen. So I know it's going to be an awesome event. I'm happy.
Yeah, part of it was presenting it to Jeremy. We sat down and had a good business call around what was this looking like. And I will tell you, there is going to be Four Horsemen representation here. Yes. They're very excited about this. More will come out from Jeremy when he puts out the schedule for the year.
Right.
I'll let him speak to that. But this is going to be I think it's going to be a very, a very larger event than maybe I'm realizing. So,
and it's, so if folks aren't familiar, when they do the sort of, what do they call them? The street team kind of shows where
street team
places like this, that means, of course, figures show up. So like last year at the Mythic Meetup, we had Ganesh, we had Legendary Barbarians. I'm trying to remember what else is there. So what are the touring figures now? Is it going to be Koi? Is that one of the touring figures this year?
Honestly, I don't know. I know that Jeremy, I'm trying to remember what he exactly said, because I do not want to misquote anything. He said, there will be something special around this event for you.
Oh, okay, fun. Okay.
I believe that's how it was put, and I'm not, because I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, sure.
I'll let him have that conversation, but
love it.
And I'll also let him make some other conversation, some other
fine.
It's gonna be good. I'm just excited because I'm going to get to see everybody here in about halfway through the year before we hit Legions Con again. And the drive for anybody coming up from SoCal or from NorCal, wherever, the drive is absolutely stunning. Once you get into
love that
Reading
drive.
And go north, I mean, you got Mount Shasta. It's just such a beautiful Pacific Northwest. Is just gorgeous.
Yeah, 100%. It's beautiful. Shout out, as Puerto Rican says, Roberto. Shout out to Blake for making this happen. He's been talking about this for at least 3 years. I love it, man. And you followed through. This guy, he'll make a plan and execute. Love it.
Well, and
this
Roberto,
guy is here.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Roberto also will probably be one of my right-hand guys for this, because he's already extended his. He asked me, if you need anything, I'm here to help, my buddy. So
love it. Love it. Carlos, what's up? You guys are hanging out tonight. You've got a show in about an hour over on the Wraith Mace channel. Brian, you're absolutely right. I need to get that name. Allison used to live in the Cedar Mill area, so she's
I'm literally like 3 minutes from Cedar Mill.
Beautiful. Right on, man. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're making it happen. There's more shows happening on the West Coast. Got to keep talking to Rob Zamora and let's see if we can get a SoCal show going. But yes, it's going to be great. So, and then last thing I will say, let me close this out. And I don't know what your plans are with this, but I will be at this year's, the 2026, a little bit before your show. Down in Southern California, there's the N.E.W.S show that they just finished their Kickstarter. They made, I think it was close to 20 grand. I don't know if they quite hit the 20,000 mark. They've got the voice actor from She-Ra will be there. They've got William Stout, amazing concept artist and designer who did all the concept designs for the original He-Man motion picture. Yeah, something like that. A couple of the artists that are working on the stuff now, the comic book writers, Tim Sheridan. So a bunch of great folks I'm still working on. And, you know, my hope is that Four Horsemen is there, not just sort of selling figures, but Four Horsemen are masters of the universe. They help really keep that line alive in the in-between years before Mattel was really bringing them back to retail, et cetera. And they, you know, between 2000X and Classics, they need to be there. I know other folks who are organizing it are on board with that. Now we're just trying to make it happen. That's no pressure on the Horsemen, but I just think we can't have a Master of the Universe fan con without Horsemen there. So that's another thing in the mix. So all that to say is hopefully, man, we're going to get more and more Horsemen stuff on the West Coast and we can probably see each other more often and, you know, start to do some stuff out here with City Toys and Horsemen, man. Blake, thank you so much for hanging out, man. I know you've got your show in about an hour. Is there anything else folks should know about? Because you're on Let's Go Offworld. That's
yes.
Yeah. When is every Fridays? Are there other nights?
Every Friday, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 10 p.m. East. I'm usually on New to Mythics every other week with Schmerber in the morning on Sundays at 6 a.m. for me. Yeah. 9 a.m. for the Eastern. And then we have the ToyHammer After Dark, which will be starting here at 7 p.m. Tonight on the West Coast and 10 p.m. on the East. So
gotcha.
Got myself quite busy right now.
Okay. Carlos is giving me bad news before the end of the stream, but I'm not going to say that here. Well, it's okay. Yay, everything was great because Chris Bouchard, as he says, it was an awesome stream. So thank you so much. I'm going to, I'll see if I can jump on with you guys, but I want to spend some time with my kiddos. We're going to go into a One Piece world and he's going to kick my butt at One Piece trading card game. Woo! Right on. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks again to Blake for coming on, man. Thank you so much for letting me know all about the things that I missed out on, but it's cool because, I know it was a great show and, you know, I enjoyed it from here. So I hope you have a good week, sir. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I know that we're already kind of talking art and stuff for Pacific Northwest, but we'll keep talking, see whatever else makes sense. So I'm excited.
And Brick, just know I appreciate you. I love your channel. We've talked about this before. Everyone has their own angle. I like that you just branch out and you kind of bring everybody in, all the independent toy news out there, and that's kind of your specialty. And I appreciate you having me on the show. Every time you invite me on, it's always a blast. We kind of cut from the same cloth in many aspects. So
I love it, man. I appreciate you so much. And thank you to everybody here who's hanging out with us live. Thank you to everybody on the replay. Do all the YouTube-y things, hitting the likes, hitting the subscribes, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to play some music and we're going to go. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Good luck in the week.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night. Here we go. Music. And go like this. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. I'm clicking end. And it's end.